OMG, I'm mentioned in a YouTube video. Thanks for making this. Yes, please make more. This video is all about responding to your comments. Make sure to stick around to the end to see your name in this video. Welcome to the Halloween special of Paranormal, True or False. From now on, all Halloween specials will have remarks from the comments section. So if you have an opinion on whether a clip that I reviewed is true or false, put that remark in the comments section so that I can include it in next year's Halloween special. This is my way of saying thank you to all those who have encouraged me in the comments. If you like this video, please subscribe. Now let's get into it. This comment was on the highlight video for episode 31. I'm _Melon ask what the hell is this? YouTube only promotes videos that are being watched and liked by the subscribers of that channel. So even though I have hundreds of subscribers, per video, the full length analysis videos, I barely have any views. So I created these highlight videos because YouTube is currently competing with TikTok with these short videos. So that's what started these short videos. YouTube is promoting these videos. So I'm using these videos to help bring attention to the channel and the full-length videos. If you noticed earlier this month, I'm no longer releasing the highlight videos on this channel. You can only find them on Instagram. This comment was on the short series Real Paranormal is number 2. Mr. Bird Furful asks, what's going on with the audio? LOL. It's supposed to be a dog snarling. When I first created this type of shorts, I was just trying to come up with an eerie sound effect. But you are right, Mr. Burple. It is horrible, and I do apologize for those videos. I stopped using those types of sound effects and am using sound effects more associated with the actual video you're watching. This comment is on the Real Paranormal 1 short video. Jose Alberto asks, WTF is this for? It's dumb. Again, these short videos that are being released on Tuesday and Thursday are simply a business decision to try and promote the channel. And right now, not only on my YouTube channel, but on my TikTok channel, these videos are producing the most views. I also am trying to accommodate people who only have a few minutes of time versus people who have 10, 15, 20 minutes versus people who have over an hour. So it's a smart business decision for promotional purposes. And like with any video and any channel you look at on YouTube, some videos will be better than others. This comment is on Real Paranormal is number 6. Bro, why did YouTube recommend me this at night? I feel your pain because I can only create these videos during the day. I cannot create them at night because, unfortunately, I live out in the woods and my motion lights are being turned on by the wildlife. So all of a sudden a light turns on outside, or the living room light will shine on the windows and I'll see my reflection or the cat's reflection in the corner of my eye, and I'll start freaking myself out. The next comment is from the Real Paranormal series, number 9. This video footage comes from the stock media in my editing software. I simply look at the clip and try and figure out if there's anything that I can tie to the paranormal. In this case, the paranormal can't hold hands. Norma Czar asked, well, why not? Aren't you supposed to have an answer for this? I don't know. Why? Within this specific video, They're holding hands and it's flesh-to-flesh contact. Ghost can't provide flesh-to-flesh contact. With this type of short video, I can use whatever phrasing I want, provided it makes sense and ties in with the footage we're looking at. So I could have used the phrasing, real paranormal can hold hands, but you may or may not feel it. Just think of each one of these short videos like this in this series as a greeting card. Each card has a cover, and then when you open up on the inside, it has a different phrasing. And each clip could produce thousands of different ways to phrase it. And that is true for every one of the videos associated with the Real Paranormal series. That's all the comments for the short videos, and I hope you are enjoying the new series, What is Paranormal? I do have fun with the short videos, so I do intend to continue to do them. They don't take very long, and they're really fun to come up with something for each video. Now for the full-length videos, this is episode 4. The first person to ever comment on a video was actually me. I realized right after I uploaded this clip and set it to public view that I should have mentioned that the shutter was probably a star-shaped shutter, and that's why that image looks so creepy. But I didn't do that in the actual clip, so I added it as a comment. During the transitional stages between light and dark, the camera appears to pick up some type of a pixelized form. This pixelized form takes on multiple shapes during these light and dark transitional phases. When I slow the footage down and go frame by frame, it appears someone is behind the camera, flashing something so close to the lens that it's interfering with the shutter speed between light and dark. And there may be some type of image on the paper or the board that they're using that creates this pixelized form. This next comment comes from last year's Halloween special. Reese Campbell writes, "Love your voice and low-key narration, and Jim's music sets the perfect creepy vibe. Good stuff." This was the first comment I received from somebody I didn't know. And I shared it with Jim, and he said, "Oh yeah, that's my business partner or my music partner." Thank you, Reese. I appreciate the compliment. I actually don't like the sound of my own voice, but I keep getting complimented on it, and it was unexpected. But thank you. I appreciate your support. The Halloween special was my first long video that lasted for more than 10 minutes, and it had more than a dozen paranormal clips. From that video, these are the clips that I thought might be real. This first one with this just black shadow going across. It could be an editing trick, but I don't know, it just seems free-floating to me, so that's why I think it might be real. It would be very difficult to time up and shape up the exact same spot on two different cameras. That's the other reason why I think it might be real. This is one of those that I'm on the fence about. I'm just not sure if this one is real or not. Could he have kicked the bar underneath that bar top and that caused it to fall over? But I feel like everything else would have jiggled or moved too. This is another one that I'm on the fence about. Is there some sort of temperature change between hot and cold that caused it to burst? Did somebody throw something at it to cause it to burst? But it seems like it's the bottle behind that burst and knocked that burst bottle off onto the floor, but I'm not sure. This one is so creepy. I know you don't have the sound with this, but I do recommend you find this hotel room screaming clip and listen to the sound of the screaming voices that occur before he even gets to the door. And then we have that white mist walking out. The only other thing I could think of is maybe this is just a movie and they've staged all of this. I just don't analyze sound because sound could come from anything and anywhere. It could be an animal. So I just don't analyze sound because it's a lost cause for me. At the time that I made this video, I was not downloading sound with the clips. So that's why I'm telling you to look on YouTube for this clip so you can hear the sound, because I can't provide the sound to you. But it's definitely one of the creepiest ones. The next comment is from episode 13. DB2558 writes, "Nice, finally came across a channel just like this. I've seen all of these clips via various sites and I agree. All of these were not paranormal, but I do sure hope that we get to see some real paranormal content. Just love it. I'm looking forward to more of your videos." Thanks, DB. I hope you're still enjoying the channel. And I do, like I said, try to find the real stuff, but man, there is just a lot of fakes out there that I'm tripping over. This video I don't think had anything real, and as you saw, DB didn't either. But the only thing I really remember about this video that cracked myself up is when I just decided to call that one dude weird and just went, "Weird dude." Watch that darker patch on the floor. Weird dude. This next comment is regarding episode 1. DB writes, "Tombstone clip looks like Franco TV, and he, defo, is fake as they come." I really studied this clip for quite a while and couldn't really figure out how that could be faked unless it's an editing trick. So we'll see something rise up behind this tombstone as he's watching, and it's not affected by the light. So that's why when we talk about a practical effect, I don't know if it's a board or something that somebody raised, but later on in the clip, he actually kind of shows behind the tombstone, and unless somebody is back there actually manually operating things, I don't know exactly how this was done unless it was done with an editing trick. If you believe this is fake or you know how they faked it, will you explain in the comments section so I have an opportunity to learn how to recognize this type of trick so that I'll get better at analyzing these clips? Thank you. Unfortunately, I have not seen enough of Franco TV's videos to be able to know for sure if he fakes everything. I have seen one other clip that I do question that clip and why it was called Paranormal. But at this stage, I have not seen enough of his videos to have an opinion one way or another about Franco TV. And one more comment on Franco TV. LinU25 says, "Cool and thank you. Is there anyone you watch that's truly real that you could suggest? Very Haunted and Franco are my fave." DB replies, "Franco has staged a lot of his stuff, unfortunately." Lynn replies, "Really? Oh no!" There are hundreds of channels on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok involving the paranormal. I have not seen them all, and I'm also looking at clips in foreign languages. So because I haven't seen all of them, I'm not comfortable recommending any at this time. For TV, anything Jason Hawes is in, I think you can trust. Whether it's the current Ghost Hunters, the original Ghost Hunters, or Ghost Nation, he is not known for faking anything when it comes to the paranormal. Jack Osborne actually has it in his contract that he will not fake any paranormal evidence. Katrina Weidman has also stated that she has never been asked to fake paranormal evidence. So unless all the people behind the camera are faking evidence, you probably can trust portals to hell. The next comment is from episode 9. DB says, Attic Attack, I'm open-minded to. Seen this guy's YouTube channel. Pool table? Never. And same again for the shadow in the shower. Great upload, keep 'em coming. Thank you, DB. I studied this one for the longest time trying to figure out if it could be paranormal or if it was simply that box was put into the attic in such an odd way that it fell onto the door and caused the door to drop. But the delay in the ladder falling really throws me off with this one. So I'm not sure. And this is the pool table here. I'm not convinced any of that is real. I still don't understand why there's so many toys on a pool table. C. Richardson, 3903. The towel really got me laughing. Everything is not a ghost unless it's on YouTube. This is in that same video, and yes, I'm just astonished that people think a towel is a ghost. These comments are from episode 12. DB writes, thanks for this. Hate bugs, but well explained regarding what looks like paranormal, yet actually is a bug. I think in the videos that I've been doing lately, I don't even bother asking questions anymore. I pretty much just say, that's a bug. I've seen so many bugs on my security cameras that I'm like, yeah, people, it's just a bug. It's not paranormal. If you want to get more familiar with bugs on lenses, feel free to go to my Nature Security Camera YouTube channel, and there's a playlist that is specifically for bugs. You can click on the info card in the upper right hand corner to go to that channel. Old 52 guy says, just catching up on your catalog and having a great time. Of all of these scenes, the guy trying to get into your house is the scariest. It's too bad they couldn't catch him, but he will turn up eventually. I'm glad your camera scared him off. Just another damn cowardly thief. Just a quick update on this. I think this guy actually lived somewhere in my neighborhood. And I think, according to rumors, he broke into another neighbor's house and stole a bunch of stuff from another neighbor. That neighbor found out, went down the street and kicked his rear end. I'm not positive if that's the same guy or not, but that's the rumor that I've heard. And apparently the neighbor that was robbed was on parole, so apparently you do not want to rob a parolee's house. Needless to say, this guy is not that smart. This comment comes from episode 14. DB writes, thanks for the video. If any at all, it would be the garage door opening and the broom. This, I think, could be real. Look forward to the next one. I love comments like this that will engage me in, hey, is it really real or is it fake? This is one of those odd videos where obviously the door can be opened from the inside and we don't have the full security footage to know if somebody is inside that building or not. But it is odd when the broom comes out because there's no arm or hand attached to the broom. These comments are from episode 15. DB had 2 comments for this video. For me, there's no doubt the police officers witnessed something paranormal. And the second comment is, you were spot on with the taxi dude. This was not paranormal. In this video, both those glass doors just fly open and the one door breaks and there's glass all over the floor. It seems like it would be an odd vacuum if it was some type of a blast or a storm that caused that. I agree with DB that there's definitely something going on here that's unusual, But then I remembered that this clip is from an Indonesia clip, and it could be a movie. And it's just been converted into a paranormal clip by all the YouTubers. And this type of optical illusion annoys me. I don't know why people think, oh my god, it's a ghost. And I will say that it is eerie when you watch it, because all of a sudden she's just right there. But it's always one of those things where she's smaller than him. There's an optical illusion where his body is blocking her from the camera view. So this one always kind of confuses me when people get really excited about these type of videos, and it's like, people, it's an optical illusion. She's always been there. This comment is from the first compilation video. Real Me Jeremy says, yes, really haunted is fake. You're so smart about this stuff. And please check out Jeremy's channel at Real Me Jeremy on YouTube. He has a lot of interesting videos that are really cool about space and nature. He just captures some really cool video and shares them with everybody. So please check out his channel. Norma Zar says, I know, right? When it doesn't make sense, everything can't be real, folks. NZ. I so agree. Yes, when I realized he was willing to use a rocket to fake paranormal activity, that's when I kind of lost my interest in his channel, and I haven't watched it since. But if you like the way that he creates paranormal activity, please continue to watch him. He also says Urbix Hill is real though. Yeah, this one, when I first looked at it, I thought, God, that's gotta be fake, right? But then I realized that this object isn't an editing trick or a post-production trick unless they realized that they had to add the splashing of the water to show somebody was actually there. So I don't know what this is, but it is freaky. And you can see this on Urbix Hill. This comment is regarding episode 22. DB is remarking on multiple clips. The first one, definitely a glitch with the train. So this is the glitchy camera that turned the train into a ghost. I never believe any video with a trolley or a crate or something. Too easy to stage. Yeah, I agree with not trusting things on wheels. For the most part, they can be pulled by a string. No, Jason, unfortunately. Has to be a prank. I was referring to this image, kind of reminded me of having someone wearing a Jason mask. I remember watching the Most Haunted channel in the UK. So fake. And I agree with you, it just looks like him. Yeah, Most Haunted was a UK television show that aired here in America back in the late 90s. And they always had this one girl on that show that would squeak and squeal. With just the slightest little tap, she would just scream. It just fried my nerves so much and freaked me out. But I also knew that, hey, that's great television. I'm thinking the spirit rising from the bed could be real. The rest, I think they can be explained. Thanks for the video. This is the clip that DB thinks could be real. I wish I had more context than what I have. What you're seeing is basically all I found on this video. So I don't know where this is happening. I don't know if this is a camera glitch and the person actually got up, but the camera is doing weird. But yeah, it's a weird one. Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Doc Inc. writes, sorry, didn't see anything paranormal in these clips. What I did see was finger casting shadows, trickery, IR shadowing, and some pareidolia. As an investigator myself, working on a channel for paranormal research and equipment, I spend more time debunking. From time to time, I do come across real paranormal evidence. This is the first video of yours, so don't want to say anything bad, but you're scratching the surface. I'm not surprised seeing taps in the mix along with other investigators I know of. I will keep an eye out for more videos of yours. The other two I failed to mention was the dust and bats. I did really want to say some was real, but in this case, I don't see anything. Either way, great video. Thank you, Doc Inc. I appreciate your feedback. And you can go to Doc Inc. and watch some of his videos. I agree that most of the clips in the Waverly Hills video were easily explained. But the one clip that I don't think has ever been explained is this one thermal image from Ghost Hunters, and Jason Hawes is holding the thermal camera. Jason and Grant, who were actually the people that captured this footage, are plumbers who have worked with thermal cameras. But if you know how this could have been faked or what this is if it's not a ghost, will you let me know in the comment section below? I know I'm biased because I respect Jason Hawes' work, but I do think it's real. These next comments are regarding the Gettysburg video. DB writes, and I thought the cannon soldier was all real, but then you debunk it with the smudge on the windscreen. Damn. LOL. For years I thought this was a real ghost spirit. Thanks again for a very interesting video. Anything to do with the American Civil War is right up my street. Selena Spooky Boo recently released a video where she was looking at different paranormal clips and trying to determine if they were real or not. And that very same clip, she had determined that it was actually a real ghost. So I left a comment on her video advising her to go back a little bit further in the video to see where it is a smudge on the windshield. As a result of my comment, I received a comment. Karen Anna 123 writes, saw your comment on Selena's channel about the raindrop smudge. I think it stands for so many videos. You can't just see a small clip and be able to judge fairly. More information always helps. I'm a new subscriber here now. Thank you, Karen Anna. This is about the starting point of where Selena looked at the video. At that point, it really does look like a ghost. When you back it up to here, you can see there's a smudge on the windshield, and it's just creating an optical illusion. When you stay focused on the smudge on the windshield, and as the car moves forward, you will see the distortion causes the actual cannon to be distorted, which causes that optical illusion. And the smudge just unfortunately has a humanoid shape to it. There is this other part of the same video that I'm circling here, that white speck. I'm not sure what that is though. So the initial optical illusion is not a ghost, but that other thing in the back, I don't know what that is. So it helps having editing software where I can slow things down and zoom in to be able to show some of these things. But like I said, that other speck, I don't know what that is. That could be paranormal. This comment was left on episode 16. C. Richardson writes, nice catch on the shattering glass. Thank you very much. This one was an odd one where the way he angled his hand was suspicious, and then it breaks when he lifts it slightly. That's why I question if a glass cutter or a glass breaker was being used. This comment comes from episode 19. Old 52 guy is talking about a couple of different clips in the compilation episodes. So there's a couple of different episodes involved in his comments. This is great. I think you made some great catches and reasonable explanations. About the coyote, you would think that if it was a real coyote, he would have stopped and circled the dumpsters, but it just kept trotting along. I've seen enough coyotes and it was not chasing anything, just trotting along. You are right, old 52 guy. The coyote is just trotting along. That's why I think whatever that other thing is, it's being superimposed on top of this video of this coyote. It still just looks like a plucked chicken or a plucked turkey. The second part of old 52 guy's comment is about the ventriloquist dummy. It seemed the head was mounted on top of some kind of pipe. It's, if so, the control string could run down into the cabinet and the whole thing, door and head, could be automated. I agree, that is a possibility. He continues with, no idea about the shadows. I didn't notice until you called attention to it. I figured it out. It's actually an editing effect that you can add to any video. So I'm using a simple heart-shaped black and white effect where I've reduced the opacity. Now if you can imagine that being a different color, that's what's creating those lights that I was pointing to in this video. This is just a border effect, but it's still an editing trick. C. Richardson asks, do you know the story of this dummy? It is from World War II and is a dummy made to entertain POWs in Germany, made by POW. I had no idea. I had no idea either. That's amazing. Their will to survive is just amazing. So we can see what old 52 guy is saying about the head being on a pipe and all the controls could be going right down into the cabinet, and this is being done remotely. I just knew it had all these wires and cables in it, and any of those could be attached to something, so I could see how it could be done remotely. Now these lights, these round lights, it literally is a bubble border effect, and that's what is crossing alongside the side there. So it's nothing paranormal. It was just me going, wait a minute, what is that? And then I finally figured it out. It's an effect. This comment is from episode 26. Weird World 3874 writes, good work. We need more channels like this in the paranormal space that question and scrutinize these clips. I'm subbed and can't wait to see this channel grow. C. Richardson writes, nicely done. I agree with your possible explanations. The only one I'm not sure about is the hospital clip. That could be paranormal. This is one of those where I could see how it could be recreated. I could see how it could be staged. But there is something eerie about it that just makes it seem like it's real. So I'm still on the fence with this one. This comment is from episode 28. C. Richardson writes, the pharmacy clip is intriguing. At first I thought the black shadow was the subject, but then we had the levitating medicine. Seems like an odd place for a prank or a hoax. That one could be real. Yes, this is one of those clips that again, I just kept looking at, studying, zooming in, speeding up, slowing down, trying to figure it out, and I never could figure it out. So, like I said, either it's completely a hoax, television, movie, prank, Maybe there's some form of telekinesis, I'm not sure. Again, another one where I'm on the fence. And I really love it when you guys give me feedback on these videos to try and help me understand or see it differently. I truly appreciate it. This comment is for episode 29. Old 52 guy has 3 clips that he's talking about in this one comment. We'll start with the first one. The shadow shape suggests holding a camera phone out in front. So I would say it was a human, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't tell if it's night vision or just ambient light. I appreciate your input on this one because I was once again a little bit on the fence, but I like that what I initially thought it was is the reflection of the shadow of him holding the camera. So I'm glad that you saw the same thing that I initially saw, but then questioned myself. The other was the orange cryptid. I think it is, as you say, a large bug that, due to the darkness, it is impossible to tell how far away it is from the wash on the line. I've seen a lot of beetles take off and fly that way, but I've also seen frogs take off that way too. Whatever it is, as soon as it gets a little ways away, it disappears because the light is no longer on it. Those are my guesses, but I would never bet on any of them. Thank you for reaffirming that basically when you stick a camera outside, you're going to see Mother Nature, whether it's in the form of a frog or a bug. And anytime you're looking at a bug through the lens of a camera, perspective is so distorted that it's very hard sometimes to tell how big or how far away something is. Continuing with old 52 guy, he says, by the way, the falling wine bottles look staged. To me, the bottles look like they were pushed from behind. Most liquor stores always have someone at the counter, especially when the stock is so close to the door. The 2 clerks appeared after the bottles fell. I couldn't see where they appeared from. Unfortunately, there are several videos of alcohol falling, so I think this is the clip that you were referring to based on when you made the comment. And yeah, I didn't even think about something being pushed from behind just because that counter or that cabinet looks so wide. But yeah, it's possible that it was pushed from behind. This comment was on episode 30. C. Richardson writes, another good one. How can people not recognize a bug on the camera by now? We have all seen them so many times. Good question. I think people just want to believe in the paranormal, and they do believe in the paranormal, and they just sometimes get desperate to believe anything. I believe too, and I'm always looking for something real, but unfortunately, bugs on a camera are the one thing that I pretty much debunk without even asking any questions, simply because I've caught so many of them on my own personal security cameras. Old 52 guy writes, this was great, great calls on each of these. For me, the jury is still out regarding the shadowy figure in the hallway. Something in the way it moved struck me as odd, as well as the texture or resolution of the figure. But my screen does not have very good resolution to tell for sure. Yes, unfortunately this video, the resolution wasn't that great either for me. The mask looked like a solid mass and not transparent, but at the same time, it almost looked like it might be breaking up or pixelating, and I don't know if that's because of the footage or if it's because it's a ghost. The thing that bothered me the most about this footage was at the very beginning when the camera was just pointed into that door frame or furniture and the screen was completely blacked out. and then when it comes back away from that, all of a sudden there's a figure there. That aspect of it made it seem like it was staged to me. This comment is from episode 32. I think the figure in the house is a person. The person filming is making a big assumption that it is empty. I agree with you. Just because a building is classified as abandoned doesn't mean it's empty. Here in America, you should expect those buildings to have homeless people, drug addicts, or runaway children. So definitely be wary and careful when you are investigating any type of abandoned building. Love the commentary on the moving picture. Very funny. Is it the ghost of the person in that picture? Is it a ghost that hated the person in that picture? Or just hated the picture? The curtain is interesting and may be real. The moving curtain in the hospital, the one thing I didn't think about is because that's an abandoned building, somebody could have drilled a hole in the wall right there and ran a string through there and pulled that curtain open using that string. And of course, it could be a movie set or a television show. The next comment is from episode 33. C. Richardson writes, I'm really confused about the second clip with the gate. Why do they think it's paranormal? It's either a person or an object. Yeah, it's frustrating because every clip that I actually analyze, it's coming from a paranormal channel or it's claiming that it's paranormal. So if they're going to claim it's paranormal, then I'm going to analyze it. And they may not agree with my analysis. Am I missing something? And what is up with the doors opening and closing? This happens all the time, and I have never once thought my house was haunted. Air drafts, vacuuming from opening and closing of the doors, too many natural explanations. As always, great video. YouTube has very strict rules regarding children, so I typically crop them out. But there is a child in that bed right there. And most children, if they're scared, they start screaming or they run out of their room. But the child is just looking at the door. This comment is on episode 36. C. Richardson writes, bug? Or maybe a ghost bug. Either way, still a bug. I agree. I just think it's some type of bug. Where did the creeper clip come from? It looks really familiar. It comes from Paranormal Lockdown, where they investigated an insane asylum. If that clip is real, that is probably one of the most tragic paranormal clips I've ever seen. This person is crawling across the floor in obvious agony in what appears to be a residual haunting. This comment is on episode 38. This video was great. You are absolutely right. Asking questions about what is being shown is critical. Your style of debunking is much like the world of Mr. Gray. He debunks the videos only and does not go after the fakers. The others, like The Shape, Beardo Gets Scared, Purple Lives, and Cole Spectra, debunk the videos and then go after the fakers. The fact that you can do analysis of these low-res videos speaks highly of your skills. Can you imagine the scratches on that car as it went under the chain link? You are right about the cop cars being damaged. That chain link would have yanked the light bar and radio antennas right off the car. My guess is that the driver and his friends prepped that section by cutting the chain link vertically at the post to allow fencing to swing on the top bar. Yeah, I totally agree with you. The damage to the cars, wow. Granted, for the most part, it's just going to be, the paint and the antenna and the lights. It's not going to be the engine or the tires, but still, that's going to make that car a mess. Old 52 guy's comment continues. I have yet to figure out the theater ghost and the double door with the crash bars. Just not enough information, and the resolution is too poor to look for masking. One possibility is wire on the doors to yank them open. The other is some guy kicks them open from the inside and is masked out. The fact the security camera is fixed makes editing tricks much more possible. I'm voting that it is out on YouTube as advertisement, and it would be interesting to know if the theater hosts ghost hunts. It appears that they do have some type of a Halloween event. However, I don't know if that's a haunted house type thing or a ghost tour type thing. Maybe the people from the UK can leave a comment educating us. This clip is one of those clips that I realized that I probably was tired when I made the video. The entire time that I've looked at this clip, I've always thought it was just a person in a costume. And yet, for whatever reason, at the end of the video, I say, yeah, I'm not sure or I don't know. But I actually am sure it's just a person in a costume. Granted, I can't prove that, and that's purely opinion on my part. But it goes back to what I was saying in the video, where if that's supposedly King Henry VIII, he probably would have never opened his own doors to even know how to open up these doors. This comment addresses episode 44. Just a thought on the tricycle footage. The person filming may have experienced enough activity in the location that they were prepared and therefore didn't have the type of reaction we would expect. Context is really important, and we don't have that with most of these short clips. It's funny how I'm so used to so many paranormal investigators freaking out and making a big deal that I forget that there are other investigators like Jason Haas who has the ability to stay calm. So thanks for reminding me of that fact. So my concern with it may be staged because the camera operator is so calm could be disproven by the fact that they're just an experienced paranormal investigator. And if it was rigged, they would have to have used two different strings, one to pull it back against the wall, and then another one to pull it towards the guy. And I agree with context. There's not a lot of context with this clip. So I don't know the full situation. All I have is what appears to be the paranormal activity. C. Richardson continued, regarding the opening closing of doors, this will never convince me that it is paranormal. There are way too many natural explanations. I have never once thought a place was haunted because of a moving door. So I am either right or I have extremely frustrated ghosts in my house. I've seen several of this guy's videos, and they're very creepy, but they're also too good to be true. I want to thank each of these individuals for leaving a comment. It really makes a difference with this channel. Anytime I watch any type of paranormal videos, television, etc., I'm always looking for that creepy vibe. And I know there's a lot of other debunkers out there or analysts out there that look at the paranormal, but so often they don't have that creepy vibe. So one of the things that was important to me with this channel was having that creepy vibe. And fortunately for me, Jim Riley is also into the paranormal. And he was able to create this really great music that has that creepiness to it. I know I do a lot of debunking in all of my videos, but it's really because it's very hard to find any real stuff. And when I find these clips and they're being passed off as real, I feel like I need to let you know, hey, don't be fooled by this. It's not real. As a result of that, I've become more of a debunking channel. But I remember in the early days of the ghost hunters, they would go on cases and they wouldn't have any activity. And even though I was disappointed because I didn't get to see anything paranormal, at the same time I respect them more because they didn't sell out. I promise to continue to look for the real stuff and share them with you when I find them. But in the meantime, I'm going to let you know when I find the fake stuff too. And if you don't agree with any of my analysis, just leave a remark in the comment section, letting me know what you think, just like all these commenters did. Your feedback and your interaction and engagement in the comment section is the only payment I receive for this channel. For future Halloween specials, I'm going to continue to use the comment section to make those videos. So make sure to leave a comment if you want to be in next year's video. And I hope you continue to support this channel with your comments. So thank you for hanging in there with me. I truly appreciate all your support. Thanks to Jim Riley for the background music on all of my full-length videos. Be safe and stay safe. And you can click on either one of these videos and enjoy some more paranormal, true or false.